Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Black
Well,
Power.
as I, as you know, that is what's been going on, um, the police killings, and as far as police killing people. But now, as I told you, it is a new day for a new breed. And so now we see that the brother Micah Xavier Johnson, I must say, he's a hero. He is a brother that gave his life up for his people. And I don't want to hear nobody if you're black out there, Aborigine, nobody out there, talk bad about that brother at all. He sacrificed his life for the people. He stood up when others were not standing up. He prepared like no other prepared. And I say that because let's just say I say that just because I say that. That's an observation. You see, as I had been saying a while ago, protesting and protesting and protesting, you have demands. Them demands will not be met. The respect will not be given. The respect will not be given, unless you have something on the other side of things. What do I mean by the other side of things? You see, take a bully, and you go to a bully, and you say, hey, I want my whatever back. Bully not gonna give it to you back. The bully don't respect you. The bully look down on you. But now, if you have somebody that stands up against that bully, regardless of the cost, it's like, hey, I'm in the back corner, regardless of the cost, I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna go ahead and go for it, knowing that I might get hurt, that I will get hurt. But my dignity and my respect means more. This brother gave his life up for the people. He's a soldier. He's a warrior. Indeed. Indeed. And there's plenty more people that are fed up like that. Now, I am indeed gloating. I'm not sad. I'm not upset about what the brother did, because that's only nature. Somebody does something bad to you, you fight back. That's only nature. So, this brother was a soldier who went straight into the heart of the enemy. He manifested from the hidden ones and got down where he needed to get down at. He is one who heals the hearts and the minds for the respect of the people. Because, many of the white supremacists, many of them mock at black people and sit there and they say, oh, well, all them black guys, they shoot sideways. This is a thing that, hey, they make fun. They think everything is from the Hollywood movies. And many of us do get, what we do from the Hollywood movies. Ran by Jews. But, the fact of the matter is this. The brother was a warrior. The brother was a soldier. The brother was fed up. So he went Magi on them. He went Hashashin on them. He went Yamasi Brave on them. Whatever language you want to use, whatever terminology you want to use for soldier, he did that. And there's many people out here who are fed up like that. See, when you have people, like I was saying about the bully, when you're asking for something or you're demanding something, that is your right. There has to be the other side of it, meaning, the person that will stand up who will anchor what you're saying, what you're asking. And so that's is what needed for anybody to be able to say, hey, we want this or we want that, because we have to understand the nature of the enemy. And don't think that this is over with from the enemy side. They indeed more than likely will retaliate. Because instead of course, being responsible and saying, hey, you know what? We've been doing wrong to these people, but and we apologize. Let's just square it up and be good. Let's just be just. They're not going to do that. Now, why? Because although, as is known, people may be descendants of Africans, whether they came over before Columbus and mixed with the black aborigines here in the Americas, or they are from the slaves who later came and who mixed with the black aboriginals of America. The fact is that we are aborigines. That is the reason why they kill us. That's the reason why the enemy kills us, because land is wealth. Wealth is resources or sources. So when another people come and they come take the land, the very people whose land it is, they have to keep their foot on their neck throughout the generation. It's the same thing like right now. Thomas Jefferson has descendants. All the presidents have descendants. They're walking among you, talking, even smiling in your face. A lot of them are on the pig force, right? So you got this entwining of oppressors going on. Different families who know their lineage and they know who you are. And this is why things happen to you on this level. So, but you have to understand the nature of your enemy and where they're from. They have they come from a place where, in Europe, where they love fighting. They love chaos. They are daredevils. And they have a complex about taming wild things. And they do not respect anybody who do not fight back. If you do not fight back in the way that they're fighting you, they don't respect you. And if they're on a different level, like if they're going at you many different ways, then you have to go back at them in them many ways for them to respect you. Otherwise, they will despise you, and they will trample you, and they will oppress you, and there will be no limit. And the only reason they will ever hold back is just to toy with you. And that is the nature of this enemy. That's the nature of the enemy. So, black folks, on the other hand, or aborigines, on the other hand, mixed with African, although African is a name that, was constructed by Europeans. But we know what we're talking about. An American belongs it's actually a black native name for, the certain people that exist here. Right? It's one of the names. And so the background that we come from is we are trying to be in tune with nature. We're not trying to necessarily conquer it. Right? So we have this complex all the time that as soon as they do something, we want to be in tune. So they take that as an advantage. They say, they want to be in tune. We want to conquer. We want to take over. We want to, get the best benefit out of it. And if not, destroy it or destroy it slowly as we get the benefit out of it. So they do this and they see this and they know your nature. So they say, okay, I know some of these guys, a lot of these girls, these men and women, they do not like to fight back. They do not like they do not thrive. They're not daredevils. They're not conquerors per se. Right? And so when they know how you're going to come, they play off of that. They say, we know that they want to be in tune, so we're going to divide our people. We're going to have some act nice and some, and then some of us just be how we really are. But it's all a tactic. It's all a strategy. But this brother who stood up as a warrior and a soldier from our people, he pierced right through that. He said, I don't care about none of that. Appearances don't mean nothing because Shaitan has many appearances. What you are doing to my people is what it is. And so he went to the heart of the enemy, into the fortress. See? And a lot of people out there, especially the police supporters, are like, oh, I can't believe this guy, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, he's Muslim, or he's that, or he's this. No. What needs to happen, the guy that trains the police, like I think his name is Lewinsky, forget his first name. Now, Lewinsky, on the other hand, is a higher level of these guys. He's a psychologist. He's the one that goes around and trains all these police. He sits down in sessions with them and teaches them and trains them why they should react violently, fast. Like if you turn or run, because you lifted your hand, gun him down. This is what he's changing them. And that he's always putting in their mind, you're in danger, you're in danger, you're in danger. If you look at this man, if you feel the vibe from this man, you could tell this man is some type of white supremacist. So he's molding and he's grafting some of these people who are not even, their first thing is not to kill you. But he's molding them, putting them into the mind frame. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. And the major thing is a setup. Some of the people, he's getting their mind like this, especially some of these black officers, right? Getting them into their mind where they're in that state so that they shoot first and then they justify by, hey, well, I was in danger. And then this causes outrage among other people and they strike back or they do something back. And then it just gets more and more heated and the more chaos develops. And now we're at a point where people on the other side, my people, they're looking like this. I'm trapped. It used to be that I know what to expect. I used to be that I know that the police pick me up, handcuff me, put me in a car, I go to court. I could bet on that. I could even talk some smack and that police officer won't do really nothing to me. Sometimes you get beat up. You know what I'm saying? You try to run or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You might get beat up. And when one goes excessive, you can call, have a march or whatever put on him. That's not saying that they haven't always been brutalizing us, but what I'm saying is they have not been blatant. Okay? And ever since this guy, Winsky or whatever, got into being the trainer, and he trains all of them. I mean, he goes to different states. He's put a lot of them, now some of them are racist automatically off the back. He ain't got to train nothing. They're there with it. The other ones, he's molded them into a state of fear. Look out for your fellow officer, meaning lie for him. And, that's the type of mind frame he puts them in. It's you guys against them in the public. You can't trust the public. You see what I'm saying? And now, when the public does do something trustworthy, they're still looking like it's psychology. So you want at least some type of sanity to return a little bit, at least, back to the society here. You got to get rid of Lewinsky. You got to get another trainer. Okay? If they don't, it's all downhill fast. It's just, it's just going to heat up more and more and more. It's just going to get out of hand. Because the state of mind of people is, look, I'm caged. I'm talking about my people. I'm caged. I can't. If I put my hands down, he's gonna shoot me. If I move too fast, according to him, he's gonna shoot me. I'm not in his brain. I don't know what too fast is. If I put it down too slow, he might shoot me. I might be trying to be sneaky to do something, right? That's what he's gonna look at it. So either way I go, I'm shot. So now it's like, okay, there's no option but to fight. There is no option but to fight. That's the mind frame. So some of my people out there, they don't want to fight. But they're like when you cage an animal, although I don't want to use that because a lot of these white supremacists, they look at us as monkeys and this and this and this and that. So I don't want to use that, but you cage anything and you keep poking it, and it feels like it's about to die. It's gonna snap out. It's gonna fight you. And my people have been getting killed left and right, and all these stupid excuses by these people. Oh, he had a criminal record. So what? Oh, he shouldn't have did this or she didn't. Listen, man, excessiveness is excessiveness. Okay? You have, like I had said in one of my videos, we have the lowest, economic condition in some of these neighborhoods. We don't run that money. We don't control that economy. You see? The Jews run it. So why are you deep down on us to the point you're like, oh, he's a criminal. Oh, he's got a background. We're not the ones that came and colonized this land. We are the aborigines of this land. And there's many historical writers who know that there was there was natives here, the so-called red race, right? And there was the aborigines who were black, right? So we're not the colonialists of this land. They stole it and murdered and raped and killed and then established a law here, then put people in slavery here. And then we rebelled against that law. And that is the day onward, especially Yamasee War. Look up Yamasee War. Look up, that Yamasee and they were Negroes. And a lot of other aborigines. We waged war. We broke them laws. We broke them rules. So since the days of the runaway slaves or those who were just resisting, we were branded criminals. Our people were. We were branded outlaws. Ever since then, that stigma's been on us. That's where it originated from, and the police originate from the the slavery patrollers. Excuse me, not Patty. The slavery patrollers. Then later on in life, it split into become state patrollers and police. So this history between us is that the police are there to guard the property. The property, that which they took. The land which they took. So they've always been watching us. Right? Because they have a law right now where they colonialize, and it's called adverse possession. It's where if you see some property there and it's a home, it's sort of abandoned, you can go there and stake your claim on it and take it, and stay there for a little bit while, and then you can, claim it's your place. You can come in literally, in some of these states, you can come in literally on somebody's property if he invites you in or she invites you in, and being friendly, invite you in, you get their address and you get mail to their house or you're there for a certain X amount of days, you can actually legally take possession of their place, and they have to file some type of suits on you, or not suits, but they have to file some type of claims to get you up off the land, or get you out of their their land. So that's a criminal type ideology, really, if you think about it. If you're possessing something first, and I invite you to, ease some of the struggle in your life, and you come in and trying to take it, and that's the law that established the USA. Because at one time it was no USA. At one time there was, if you want to call it, New California. New California was separate from a place called Americas. Americas, when it was being named, was the Plains area. That's 900 miles. Okay? So my whole point in saying this is this. Our people have been getting oppressed for a very, very long time. We fought back with the Gula Wars. We fought back, with the Yamasee Wars. We've been labeled and branded outlaws, criminals, this and that. But it's because when they came here, they established their laws under oppression. And we did not bow down. We did not accept it. And so they've tried every method to divide us. And they have divide us and play us on all sides. And now they got this level of, they're criminals. Now the new white supremacists want to come and call us criminals, right? As far as that's what they're harping on now. Before in the past, they weren't so much harping on that. When you had black folks that were trying to get into the union, white supremacists wanted to keep us out of that. These are working blacks. They're taking our jobs. That type of argument. They're taking our jobs. Well, okay. But these aren't lazy blacks, right? So now we're taking your jobs. So keep them out, right? But then when that happens, now they're saying we're criminals and lazy, we don't want to work. I mean, they've systematically done a lot. So I would like to say this brother who rose up and fought against oppression is fighting in the way of his ancestors, the Aborigines here who fought against these colonialists and rose up to put the dignity and the respect back into the hearts of the people after it had been damaged, after it had been hurt so much. Okay? So, he's a hero. He's a soldier. He's a warrior. And with saying that, I would like for you guys to give him, always remember the day that he died, and give him respect, especially on that day. Mention something about him. Put him up. As a matter of fact, any of our people that start dying like this, because they're going to retaliate. But they need to understand in wisdom, that this is just going to make this place hard for all of us. See, it's going to make it hard for everybody. Because justice needs to be served. You need to do right. I don't expect him to do right. I don't expect him to do right. But I don't know. But again, I do know they thrive off chaos. See, they love the challenge. Let's look at some of them from their culture. Anytime there's something wild, they have to tame it. What they seem as wild. Anytime there's something in nature that's a certain way, they have to change it. They have to manipulate it. Whether it be through deception or whether it be direct confrontation. Their aim, their goal is to control it. And that is a form of dominating it. So that's what you're dealing with. Stop approaching them like that's not what it is, because that's exactly what it is. And as soon as you understand that, you'll be better off. As soon as you understand that. So till then, Black Power. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Black liberation. It's a new day for a new breed.